and why this mosque, fighting this mosque, is so important in our protecting of Western culture, of our protecting of America. So without further ado, I bring you somebody, a politician who's willing to speak on this issue, which is very important, Jay Townsend.
Let me first ask, can everybody hear me if I speak up?
Yeah.
Let me gather around and I'll just try and project. I have a view of what political correctness is. I think political correctness led to the first bombing of the World Trade Center in 1993. I think political correctness led to the destruction of the Twin Towers.
Absolutely.
I'm not in favor of political correctness.
Yes,
political correctness is why we still have an open border on the southern part of the United States, and we have been flooded with a lot of people who are not supposed to be here. We will not advance as a country if we don't have politicians that are willing to speak their mind and say what they think. And I will share this with you today. Part of the reason I'm here is about this mosque. I have not a bone of hatred in my body, but I do believe it is doggone insensitive to build a mosque at the site of the World Trade Center where 3,000 innocent, freedom-loving people lost their lives.
That's right.
I think it's an insult to their families. I think it's an insult to the memory of those who died there. I think it's an insult to the souls that still inhabit now that empty space above what used to be the World Trade Center. And I'm not afraid to say so.
Thank you.
And to those who want to build a mosque, wherever it is, anywhere in the United States, I first have a message to them. There are certain things that we expect of you if you want to join the community of peace-loving nations. One of those is that you respect Israel's right to exist.
That's right.
One of those is that you need to take steps to rid that nuclear-armed tyrant that denies the Holocaust from your leadership circle. One of those conditions is that you get the hatred out of those school books that are used to teach your impressionable young. One of those is that you stop teaching terrorism in these mosques and get it off the inscriptions on your prayer rug.
Beautiful.
I have a message for the Imam. We cannot so soon forget, and it's really difficult for some of us who lost friends in that tragedy to forgive at this point. So, yes, we are a freedom-loving people. We believe in freedom of religion, but we would ask of those who want to do this, practice a little of the tolerance that you now claim to preach. We are a tolerant people, but what you are trying to do is really intolerant of our sensibilities here.
Thank you. Yes.
I appreciate the invitation to come. I'm here to answer questions if you have any. I'm not going anywhere for a few moments, so if you would like, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Right now there are 56 Islamic nations. And whenever the population goes more than 30 to 40%, they declare the country as Islamic nation. Now, as we have seen in India, it has happened to the half of the nation, which has been declared the Islamic nation. Is there a United Nations or American government is working on to see that there are no more Islamic nations? And when we are allowing Islamic immigration in this country, while nobody is going to their country, we cannot build any temple or churches in their country while they are building mosques in our country. It should be reciprocating. We have to stop immigration if we want to save this country. I consider you should take an issue very important. When they don't believe in freedom and our constitution, then we should not allow them in this country. Simple and clear.
Right. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I did read this recently, that there are more Palestinians living in Israel than there are Jews in all of the rest of the Middle East. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Tolerance goes both ways.
Oh, can I just say one thing about that?
Yes.
In their state that they want to create a Palestinian state, there are not allowed any Jews at all, while they can still live in Israel.
Right. Correct. So, I will confess to you, I'm a conservative Christian.
This is my mother.
I've read the Bible.
There you go.
Right?
My wife's dead.
I understand Moses. leading the slaves out of Egypt. To me, Israel is a promised land. It has a purpose. Jerusalem should not be divided.
It says it right there. How can they,
Good enough for me.
doubt that?
You know, and that even the Old Testament, as complicated as it may be, is a lot easier to understand than the IRS tax code. And it's a lot shorter, too.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you, Jay.
We have another speaker.
The landmark
Our next
issue.
speaker is going to
The
be
landmark
Satya
issue. Is that going to help
from
us
the
where they
Human
want to build the
Rights
mosque?
Coalition Against Radical Islam. Satya.
If this